Hello everyone. Today I'm just going to be talking about some of the games that I might be reviewing in the future. There is some definite ones I'll be reviewing. I'll just go over them. Now, excuse me. Um, what normally I would say is a good game is a game with an original story. Um, a lot of games have that generic fighter, archer, mage, healer type paladin thing. The least they could do is come up with their own names and their um, and more of different classes instead of just four. Um, so, for example, the one that's pretty much obvious to everyone is probably World of Warcraft, because World of Warcraft has multiple classes, and there it is, and it generally has a variety of its own, and people try to copy it, which makes World of Warcraft kind of like um, the generic story or the generic, the generic world. Uh, but I'm not insulting every game because a lot of games actually adopt their own things. To start off, like Runes of Magic is almost like a WoW clone. If you look at the gameplay videos, they almost look like they could be identical. I mean, some people honestly don't even notice a difference other than the title, of course. But let's take a look at the classes just to prove this to you. Alright. Warrior, Scout, Rogue, Mage, Priest, Knight, Druid, Warden. Now, I might be wrong, but a Priest and a Knight in most games are somewhat similar. Okay. Specifics. Knights are the heaviest armored class in the game, actually the only one that can wear plate armor. Though their power, Through their power of light, they have access to abilities that can send their opponents to the ground. They're one of the few classes that dare to throw themselves against the mightiest of monsters. With their special light-based attacks and shield abilities, knights fight their enemies effectively and draw their hatred over themselves. So if I were to give another generic word for a knight, it'd probably be a tank, because a tank is basically um, a fighter that doesn't do a lot of damage, I guess. So these guys, well, please, blah 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 blah. So these guys are the same thing, just not as tough and can heal. That's the point I'm trying to make to you guys. And then if we take a look at Warrior, okay. So these guys are like full blown out, made for damage, not so much taking damage, but they probably could if you put some work into it. Anyway, moving on. The other games, and this is, by the way, this is just called MMORPG.com. There are like hundreds of games, hundreds of listed games. Like they have games from Lego Uniforce to like Football Superstars, and I'm sure in some way they're different. I'm positive they're different because the title is obviously different. Let's also take a look at games like Dungeons and Dragons Online. Now this game is kind of unique. It's more of a game where you have to think less than you have to work. Um, it's kind of like a riddle game, so I've been told. This isn't the site, by the way, but Dungeons. Okay. So, if I were to take a guess, Dungeons and Dragons, I might be at the wrong fucking site for all I know. Here we go. This is the actual site. Alright, let's just look at some wallpapers. Generally, when I look at a wallpaper, I can judge what kind of game it is. So, yeah, this looks like kind of one of those adventure slash riddle games. Um, it's either, it looks a little bit like World of Warcraft. I know a lot of people say that. But this looks like I said, one of those games where you would be solving riddles and you'd have to think, like, if you were doing a quest, it wouldn't point to where you have to go. You'd actually have to think for a second or two. Well, probably more than that. But you'd actually have to think to find out where you need to go to finish the quest or etc. Um, this doesn't look like really World of Warcraft at all. This is pretty unique. I don't know what it is at all, to be honest. I never played this game, but like I said, if you want, I could review these games. Generally, I do free to play games because I don't want to or I don't want to pay for just a review. I'm sure most people would agree with me. Now, if you look at games, and if you're new to MMOs, I just want to point this out to you. This is a good site for reference. I don't know what the rating system is exactly, but an item mall is kind of like you don't have to pay, but to get premium items you do have to pay. So like Absolute Terror is apparently free, but some people say it's free, but you still have to like buy with real money to get premium items. Now this is like $15 a month. This is 99.99, 9.95, 6.90. 15. EVE Online is pretty popular. So yes, it goes from total different genres to like I said, it goes from like sports genres to fantasy genres to blah blah blah. Um, I did check out this game Nine Dragons a while back, and back then it was pretty crappy. I didn't really understand it at all. I might take another look if any of you guys are interested. Some of these I'll probably just do anyway to get this kind of whole thing jumped started. Um, Again, some games are more popular than others, so you can expect some to be better than others. The ones that are more popular are more than likely going to be um, better, for that matter. But anyway, you guys can tell me what you think, and thanks for watching. Leave a comment or message me or whatever. Tell me what you think I should do. But again, thanks for watching.